Hi everyone, today we will talk about how to read music scores and count beats. I will talk about the concept before I start this topic. The concept will help you to choose a method to fit your needs in the future. I will talk about two methods today. One is the traditional Western method that uses a metronome. The other is the Chinese method, so-called oral teaching, that has been used for masters of opera and folk music. Many successful art, music masters and performers learned and memorized hundreds of operas and songs with the method as a baby learns to talk. Many music beginners are frustrated about counting beats with a metronome and clapping hands while they are playing the instrument. The two strategies I talked about today can be used in every musical instrument. I also leave links to related lessons I taught in the subscription section. Please take a look. Now let's start today's lesson. The method to learn music is very similar to learning a language. Think about how a baby learns to talk. The first thing a baby does is listening. The second step is to talk. Talk, and talk loud until the baby thinks we understand what he or she wants. In this step, hundreds of thousands of vocabularies have already been stored in a baby's brain. Baby doesn't need to learn the grammar or memorize the vocabulary to make sure the order of the sentence is correct. The baby also doesn't need a metronome to know the rhythm of the tone to express the meaning of the sentence. The reading and writing steps become easier after the baby learns to listen and talking. Therefore, the step of learning mother language or a new language is listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Please realize the order of the step. Learning and the talking come. The listening and talking come first. Music is the same. The best way to read music score and count rhythm is first. Listen to the song until you can humming the melody. Second step is to sing the melody with do, re, mi. The third step is read and analyze music score, and finally practice on the instrument. It is the easiest and quickest way to count the beat and play music correctly. It may look like take more time in the beginning, but after you use the strategy to learn the first piece of music, you will learn others faster and faster. You also will find it is easy to memorize many songs without remembering them purposely. The lesson link, how to efficiently learn and memorize a new song, is in the subscription section. Please take a look. However, since some people still use a metronome to teach or learn to count the beats, I will talk about this method today. Although I strongly recommend the baby learning language method to learn music, I will talk about the Western method today. Let's look at the music score to see how to read the score first. Then I will show how to use a metronome to count it. Guzheng used the so-called solfege music method that was founded by French people. Please watch the video Ethnomusicology, Chinese numbered notation. The link is in the subscription section. Numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 represent do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Please read do, re, mi, but not 1, 2, 3 when you read the music sheet. Otherwise, your brain will not get the pitch when you hear the music. You will also have a hard time memorizing music because you have no melody in your mind. Now let's read an example. A single number without any numbering or a black dot on the side is 1 beat. So look like this one. Let's turn off this one first. Okay, for example, this number 5. So is only one number by itself. There is no underline, no another line or any black dots next to it. So every number, a single number, count 1 beat. If there is a line next to a single number, every line next to it count 1 beat. Therefore, there is one line next to this number 5, means so. Then this so become 2 beats. Why? So itself is 1 beat. This line next to it is 1 beat. 1 plus 1 is 2. So that's 2 beats. If there is a line under the number, like this so, there is a line under it, then this number becomes half beat. So this so is a half beat. Remember, this line is under the number, not next to it. So there is a line under the number, this line becomes half beat. A line next to the number is 1 beat. If you see a black dot next to the number, then this black dot is a half beat of the number itself. For example, this so is 1 beat because we already talked about here. A single number is 1 beat. So this so itself is 1 beat. So this black dot is half of the 1 beat. Then that means this dot becomes half beat. Therefore, it's 1 beat plus half beat is 1.5 beat for this so here. So how about this one? This so has a line underneath it. So this so itself is half beat. And this black dot next to it has to be half of it. So this so is a half. Then this black dot becomes half of half. So this whole beat for so is half beat plus quarter beat. Therefore, this is so with 1 underline and 1 black dot total is 3/4. Because a half plus quarter, so it's 3/4. If you see 2 numbers and have an underline of them, then we already talked about every number, 1 underline is a half beat. So this is so is a half beat. This me is a half beat. Half plus half. The whole thing is 1 beat. Now let's look at this one as an example. Let's start with a simple one. Okay, this one, the first thing is when you read the music, it tells you the speed should be 90. So if you use the metronome, you should turn the speed to 90. Okay, and here, this is the speed, the 90 here. Here tells you 4. Then that means every major should have 4 beats here. Okay, so let's take a look. This number by itself, there's no underline there. So this is 1 beat. And every line next to the number is 1 beat. So 1, 2, 3, plus this number by itself, total 4 beats. It says here, 4 beats in 1 major. So this so is 1 beat. This so is 1 beat too, because there's nothing underneath or next to it. And this so and the mi, they both have 1 underline. So either one takes half beat. Half plus half, this is 1 beat. And this is 1 beat too. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now, let's look at the other one. This one. Let's see how do we count. Okay. This is one beat, we already know. And this is a half beat because there is an underline after this la. Now let's look at this black dot. This dot next to this so. So this dot is a half of this so. The first thing we need to know is how many beats for this so. This so is 1 beat. We already say it's just one single number there. One single number means 1 beat. Okay? So this is 1 beat. And this black dot is half of 1 beat. Then that means this black dot is a half beat. 1 plus half. This so is 1.5 beat. And this la is a half beat. So 1 plus half plus half. It's 2 beats. Here already tell us 2 beats in 1 major. Let's look at this one. This re has 1 underline, so this re is a half beat. This mi is a half beat too. And total half plus half, total is 1 beat. This mi is a half beat. Then how about this mi and so? There are 2 underlines. 1 underline is a half beat. 2 underlines is a half of a half. So 2 underlines means quarter beat. So each note here, mi has 2 lines. So has 2 underlines. So mi is quarter beat. So is a quarter beat. Quarter plus quarter is half. And this mi only has 1 underline, so this mi is half beat. Half plus half is 1 beat. Because the half plus quarter, 1 beat. So 1 beat, 1 beat. There are 2 beats here. And this one has no problem. This is 1 beat, 1 beat, 1 beat, 1 beat. Okay, let's look at 0. 0 is also counted as a number. It's not only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 is numbers. Okay, 0 is a kind of the number too. So how about this one? How do we count this one? 0 means rest. Means they're supposed not to have any sound happen. So when you play, when you see 0 here, then that means you should mute your zither. Okay, don't last the mi sound, the pitch to the second beat. You should mute after the first beat. And then so there's nothing on the second beat. This is a 0. So mi is 1 beat. 0 is 1 beat. There are 2 beats. That's what it tells here, 2 beats. Okay. How about this 0? This so has 1 underline, so this so is a half beat. And this 0 also has an underline, so this 0 is a half beat. So half plus a half, this is 1 beat. So this so by itself is 1 beat, and plus the second so is a half beat. Plus 0 is a half beat. Total 2 beats. However, when you ever see this kind of things, they all means 1 beat for the whole group. Okay. Okay. Let's look at the more complicated one. How about this one? This one is a little bit more complicated here, okay? But it's not too bad. Okay, let's look at this one. This re is a half beat, no dots, because there's one underline. This is a half beat. This re is a half beat. This is half beat. This re has one underline plus a black dot. One underline means a half beat. So re itself is a half beat. And this black dot is half of itself. So re already is a half beat. So this black dot is a half of half, means quarter. Therefore, this first re is 3/4 beat because it's a half plus quarter. Now this re has 2 underlines, so this re is quarter. 3/4 plus quarter is 1 beat. So it's 1 beat and 1 beat, total 2 beats in 1 major. How about this? There are 2 underlines. Okay, we know 1 underline is a half. So 2 underlines is a half of a half. So if you see 2 underlines, then the number will become quarter because it's a half of a half, it's quarter. So this do is a quarter. This do is a quarter. This so is quarter. This la is quarter. Quarter plus quarter plus quarter plus quarter means 1. So this is 1 beat and this is 1 beat. Okay, so here is the same. This mi only has 1 underline. It is a half beat. This mi has 2 underline. This is quarter beat. This second mi has 2 underline. This is quarter beat too. So half plus quarter plus quarter. This is 1 beat. Okay. We talk about how to read. Now let's talk about how to count. For very beginning, you can move the speed to really slow. You don't need to follow what the music say, 90, something like that. You just put on the slow one, like a 40 to start with it. And every beat you will count 1. And then the second beat you will count end. So you will talk about 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If it's 4 beats per major. If it's only 2 beats per major, you only count 1 and 2 and. Now let's start. I'm going to show how to count. Okay, you heard. And you will read 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. If we use 2 beats, okay, we will read like, okay, let's try this one. Okay, let's use this one as an example. Start with a very simple, okay? 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Okay, then sing it with the melody. Do, la, mi, re, do, do. Use and. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, and. Do, la, mi, re, do, do. How about this one? 1 and 2 and. So this dots will be fall on the second beat, the beginning of the second beat. Okay, let's try again. 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and. Let's sing it. So, la, so, la. Okay, now let's do the harder one. How about like this? Everyone is a quarter beat. So here will be the 1. Here will be the end. This ray will be the end. This first ray will be the 1. This is 2 and. Okay, let's start. 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and. Sing. Re, 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 do, do. Re, 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 do, do. Okay. Now let's try the harder one. Oh, let's try the 0. Okay, how to do the 0? Let's use this one. Okay, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, stop. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, stop. Sing it. Mi, 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 do, so, so, stop. Okay? Now let's see how about the longer beat. If it's 4 beats per major, and if there's 4 long beats, what can we do? Okay, we will not sing the 1 and 2. Now we will sing 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, let's try it. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So, mi, re, do, so, so. How about the four beats? Same. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and sing. So, that's it. Okay. So this is how to read the music score with you count that. So how about do you think? I think still the easiest and the best way is just simply listen to the music, hum it until you are familiar with it, and sing with the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. That way is the easiest way to count your beat and to memorize the piece, because the rhythm, the beat, and the melody, the pitch are all in there. Okay, this is today's lesson. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any question or comments. See you next time. Bye.